What's up, guys? Welcome to the first session of Introduction to Linux Bash Scripting. As always, I am your instructor, Kevin Downs. For this session, we're going to be talking about Intro to Linux Bash Scripting, okay? So a little bit about myself. I'm a Red Hat Certified System Administrator, or RAHCSA. At my current job, I'm in charge of administering hundreds of servers running on different Linux distributions. I work as a Unix system administrator supporting several large enterprise-level clients with IBM across multiple environments. As an RHCSA, I'm adept at Linux programming for managing both personal and server Linux systems. Currently, I'm pursuing my Red Hat Certified System Engineer and DevOps. So guys, a little prereq for this class is the Introduction to Linux OS class. A lot of the things that we cover in that class are necessary and foundational knowledge for what we're going to be talking about in this class. Okay, so be sure to follow this link here, take this course. Once you've completed that course, go ahead and come back and start on this course that we're doing now. So we're going to be going over some basic user commands here. So session 1 outline. First thing we're going to be talking about is basic user commands, logging in and logging out, command line editing, navigating the file system, viewing and copying files, and controlling the terminal. So let's go ahead and talk about logging in and logging out. So when you first start up Ubuntu in GUI or GUI mode after installing it, you should see a login screen window. If you do not use Ubuntu from GUI, then you need to enter your username and password on the initial screen you see to log in. Okay, so you can actually log in and out on the terminal itself. Okay, and we could type gnome session quit, and this is going to log you out via the command line. Or you could do a force logout, which is gnome session save force logout. Okay. One other thing you can do on the desktop is you can use not listed and log in as root, and you can actually log into root that way. So let's go ahead and head to my virtual box here. And I'll show you what I mean there. Let's get it powered on and booted up. Actually, while that's booting up, I want to talk about the next slide here, and that's how to actually turn off the system and halt it and reboot it. So it's actually a pretty simple command that you can type in. You just type in shutdown on the command line, and it'll boot your or turn your system off. However, take note that this command doesn't shut down the PC immediately. Instead, it ticks a timer and gives you one little time to save all things. Okay. So if you need an immediate shutdown, you want to use the command below, and that's going to be sudo shutdown-p now. And P stands for power off, okay? Alright, now let's go ahead and head to our virtual box here. So that first thing I was talking about, so we see this not listed here. I can type in root, and then my password for root. And guys, this is CentOS, not Ubuntu. So now it's going to log me in as root. Adjust my screen here so you guys can see everything. And then from here, I can go to my activities, type in cmd, and open command line. Okay. And then from here, if I wanted, I could type in that power off command. Okay. I'm not going to do that though, because I don't want it to actually shut down my system. I want to go ahead and show you guys a couple other options we have with that shutdown command. So you see here, this is the basic syntax of that shutdown command. We have the command shutdown, then we have the options to it, a time if we want, and then a wall message, okay? So like I said, shutdown can be used to halt, power off, or reboot the machine. And the first argument may be a time string, although it's typically going to be now is what you're using. And then optionally, this can be followed by a wall message to be sent to all logged in users if people are going down. So this wall message, guys, is just a message that will display across all the systems and everyone using the system. Or I shouldn't say the systems, but all the users on the current system are going to get that message, whatever it may be. So the time string may be in the format hours, : minutes. And you're doing that to specify the time to execute the shutdown at, and it's in a 24-hour clock. So if you want to do 2 o'clock, it would be like 14 instead of just 2, okay? And guys, note that you need, or in order to specify a wall message, you must specify a time argument too, okay? Let's take a look at a couple of the options here for shutdown. We have --help, which we should be familiar with. So print a short help text and exit. -H, which will halt the machine, or --halt, the full word. -P, which will power off the machine. And this is default option, guys. And --power off will do the same thing. We also have -r, or --reboot, which is going to reboot the machine. And -k. This isn't going to halt, power off, or reboot the machine, but instead just write a wall message. And then we have --no wall -wall, which won't send a wall message before halt, power off, or reboot. And then we have -C, which will cancel a pending shutdown. So if you have it set up to shut down at a certain time, you can do a -C and it'll cancel that shutdown, okay? So real quick, I'll just show you the syntax on our virtual machine. So it's going to be a shutdown, and then -K or -H, okay? Or we can do -K, we can do 12:33, just like it said. Okay. Oops. Alright, so that's kind of how you would do the shutdown command. Again, I'm not going to do it just because I don't want it to actually shut down my machine. That is how you do it. Alright, back in our PowerPoint here. We're going to be looking at navigating the file system.